Jim Gray here with an episode of the Down the Road podcast, an episode called Finding Your Groove in Creative Endeavors. 30 years ago, I wrapped up a part-time career, if you will, on the radio as a disc jockey. I got into radio in college in the 1980s, playing free format, whatever I wanted stuff on the air. And then after college, I had a part-time job, mostly weekends, at a local AM/FM pair. I spent 2 years on the AM, and then I spent 2 years on the FM. And then I moved away from that city, and that ended my radio days. I just wasn't able to find another radio job after that. And then life got busy, and I had children, and it just kind of slipped away. When I used to be on the air, there was a tape deck in the studio where you'd put a cassette in it. And every time you open the microphone, it would open a circuit to the tape deck that would record what you spoke. And this was called an air check, or a telescoped air check. By telescoped meaning it would cut out all of the music except for like the last second or the first second, right? As you open the microphone. And the idea behind that is that you'd go back and you'd listen to yourself, the show you just finished, and you would try to listen with a critical ear as if you were listening to somebody else's radio show, and you would critique your own work. And then that would give you things to work on the next time so that you could get better. I'm going to play you a snippet from one of my air check tapes now. This was from August 14th, 1993. That was 2 days after I turned 27 years old. It was a warm summer Sunday, and there was some really good new rock and roll out there in the world, and I was happy to play it for everyone. And I think you can hear that as you listen to my voice. So here's that clip.
107.5 WZZQ Rush Subdivisions. Also heard from Aerosmith. Deuces Are Wild. Pink Floyd, Hey You. Yes, with Leave It. The Rolling Stones, Love Is Strong. And if you're a Rolling Stones fanatic, you need to get the UK version of that single because it has an unreleased track on the backside of that. You can go down to Headstones. They'll order it for you. The Doors and Greg Allman. Half-hour solid rock for you. Jim Gray here. And it's a win it before you can buy it weekend. Neil Young has a new album out. It's called Sleeps with Angels. Now, Danny Wayne and Jack Lawson have been out sleeping around in the industry, and they've managed to snag a whole stack of copies. We're giving them away before you can pick them up in the stores on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll take caller number 7 right now, 478-ROCK, 478-ROLL. 7th caller will pick up the new Neil Young.
Thanks, Park, this Tuesday through Saturday.
WZZQ, WBFX, Terre Haute. Hey, The Rock congratulates Dave Heckles-Miller. That's a heck of a last name to have to spell. Of Terre Haute, he picks up the new Neil Young CD, which is called Sleeps with Angels, and we got more chances to win coming up all day long. So keep it set right here at The Rock 107.5 WZZQ for your chance to win. It's 69, and we got the latest from the Gin Blossoms. You know, I was listening to the radio from Indianapolis yesterday for a little bit because I was kind of out that direction, and the DJ actually called this song Allisonville Road, which is a road in Indianapolis. That's kind of a screw up, and he didn't even realize he said it. I'm not going to make that mistake. It's called Allison Road. It's on 107.5 WZZQ.
It's a real joy for me to go back and listen to my old air checks now. Makes me want to do radio all over again. In the spirit of the same thing, I went back and listened to all of the podcasts that I've recorded so far, and I just wanted to give that third-party ear to it. And I sounded good, I thought. The topics that I'm choosing seem relatable, they're interesting, or I'm making them interesting. But something really important was that it did not spark me to do more. I didn't feel that same joy I feel when I go back and listen to my old radio air checks. Because the truth is, I am struggling to keep up with the schedule of recording these. Whereas when I write in my blog, I'm always 3 weeks out. I have more ideas for blog articles than I can possibly keep up with. And this really sparks me to keep writing. Here's another thing that I do know. You have to give things a chance to build and grow. Maybe I just haven't found my podcasting groove yet. I'm going to keep trying. I need to keep experimenting with things and finding my way until I find the groove that I want for this podcast. I'm trying to not fall prey to the fallacy that because I'm not enjoying the thing that I'm doing right now, that it means the entire category of thing that I'm doing is not for me. So what can I do now to tweak and change so that I can find my groove with this before I give up entirely? I'm Jim Gray. We'll do this again next week.